You hesitate, is this it? Should I wait a little longer? And then price runs without you. If that sounds familiar, then you're not the only one, and it's not your discipline. It's something much simpler, and today I'm going to show you right on the chart exactly where that hesitation comes from and why the best setups almost always feel the scariest. I rarely share mechanics on this channel, and this is an exception, because hesitation isn't a technical problem. It's not a lack of knowledge. Most people who freeze know their setup perfectly. They can draw it, explain it, and they still don't pull the trigger. So the real question isn't what's the setup. The real question is, why do you know what to do and not do it? That's what we are answering today, first in your head and then on the chart. Hesitation at the moment of decision doesn't come from the present. It comes from the past. Every time you went short and price ran through your stop, your brain stores that not as a lesson, as a warning. And the next time you're in that exact same situation, your brain pulls that warning back up. Remember, last time this went wrong. And that's not analysis, that's a scar. Here's the dangerous part. It feels like caution, it feels smart, but it's fear dressed up as patience. And this is where it gets important. Your brain can tell the difference between a bad trade and a good trade at loss. To your brain, every loser is proof that you were wrong. When a good trade that loses is just variance. That's part of the edge. So you walk into the next A+ setup carrying the baggage of your last loser, and at the exact moment you need the most confidence. Your brain hands you the least. And that's why you freeze. At the right moment, not despite it being a good setup, because it is one. Good setups demand that you go against your instinct. And your instinct was programmed by your loss. And now I want you to understand something almost nobody explains. There are two completely different kinds of hesitation. And if you confuse them, you lose every time. The first I call protective hesitation. That's your scar. It shows up at exactly the right moment on exactly the right setup, and it says, don't remember what happened last time. This hesitation you have to ignore, because it's not about the chart in front of you, it's about the chart from the past. And the second is informational hesitation. That's your brain saying, I don't have enough data to decide yet. And this one you have to take seriously, because it's valid. It's saying, wait, look a little bit longer. The confirmation isn't there yet. And can you hear the difference? One says, I'm scared. The other says, I don't know yet. And the problem for most traders is they can't separate the two. They feel hesitation and they treat all hesitation the same. Either they ignore everything and enter too early, or they respect everything and freeze on the good setup. The skill we're building today is this: learning which hesitation you're feeling, and you can do that on feel. You can only do it by looking at the chart and asking, is my confirmation here? Yes or no. If the confirmation is there and you still feel hesitation, it's protective hesitation, your scar. Ignore it. Okay, so now that we know the two kinds of hesitation, let's go to the chart. This is the price delivery of June 2026, and what we can see is price goes up, price goes down, price consolidates for a bit, price trades in the new weekly opening gap, it reprices, and it trades in a hourly fair value gap. And what we can see from there is we're going to look for a setup. We all do this, but here's the thing, what happens in your head at that moment. If we are going to zoom in at when our point B got hit, what we are going to see is a lot of chop, and price enters the level and immediately chop. You see those candles? Nothing clean. And this is the moment your brain starts screaming, short or not. And notice, this is informational hesitation. The valid kind your brain is saying, I don't have enough data yet. And it's right. We are also looking at lunch cycle, and that's not our focus. Not entering here isn't fair, it's discipline. And this is exactly the moment you should listen to your hesitation. Can you see the difference already? Same emotion, hesitation, but there it means something totally different than it will in a minute. But this level stays important. We'll use it in a second. So if we are going to look at the second time it's touching the level, if we can see price runs through it, it displaces and structure shift from bullish to bearish. And how can we see that? Is price is trading through the level and it is displacing every low. So we can see here low, we can see here low, and if we are going to zoom into the break of the low, and we can see all the fractal levels here, smaller, another high is taken. And what we can see is that the highs are not taking out anymore. It's wick. It are all wick what is taking it out. And this is the moment of truth. Which hesitation is this? The confirmation is starting to come in. It doesn't take a new high anymore. The lows break. So the information is there. What you still feel now, that's not informational hesitation anymore. That's protective hesitation. And that's your scar. If you're going to hear that voice, what if it runs? That's not the chart. That is your last loser. Your scar is trying to protect you from something that's already over. So we check objectively. Is there SMT? Is it making a new CSD? And look at what price does. No new highs. It rejects of those wicks into it, and the move down starts. This is the point where we look for short. And the hesitation you feel here, you ignore. Because the data say something different than your fear. And now the part that changes everything. How do you know in the moment which hesitation you're feeling? The left side of the curve confirms the right side. Highs taken, lows broken, no new high. That's your confirmation. That's data confirming itself. And there's the tool. Ask yourself one question. Is my confirmation here? Yes or no? If the answer is no and you feel hesitation, listen to it. That's informational hesitation. Wait. If the answer is yes and you still feel hesitation, ignore it, because that's protective hesitation and your scar is pressing the button. Can you see why this works? Your brain can't be scared and count at the same time. Does this feel right? It's fake. And in the fake, fear always wins. Is the low broken? It's binary, yes or no. And binary leaves no room for your scar. That's the real work of a trader. It's not learning the setup. You already know it. The real work is translating your hesitation into a question you can answer objectively. Because the moment the question is objective, you know instantly which hesitation you're feeling. And the best setups feel scary because you're going against the crowd. You short while everything in you is screaming it can go higher. But you don't act on that feeling. You act on the structure, and the structure doesn't lie. Your scar does. So the next time you freeze, you don't ask yourself, do I dare? Ask, is my confirmation here? If the answer is no, you wait. Your hesitation is right. If the answer is yes, you press the button. Your hesitation is your scar. Highs taken, lows broken, no new high. If those three are there, it's not hesitation anymore. It's a decision. So let me know in the comments, where do you hesitate the most? Is it at the entry or at holding the trade? Because those two are completely different fights. And if enough of you say holding, then that's the next video. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Ciao.